Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Slow Life Trading. Uh, Today was a very exciting day. Man, today was a Fed day, but it wasn't a normal Fed day. Uh, Chairman Powell was speaking at the Brookings Institute today. They were going to have a speech. And last night I was debating, am I trading today? Then I said, you know what? Right now, the market is too crazy, and they got their ear to hear everything this Fed president is talking about. Now, I've traded with days when some of the other Fed members were talking, but today the chairman was talking. I said, nope, sitting on the sideline. And I'm going to tell you something. That's why it's good to have someone to show you how to trade this market, because today's market was set up great. It looked like you were gonna get a lot of room if you didn't know any better. Looked like it was giving you a lot of room. For instance, okay, the market closed yesterday at let me see where it closed at about. And this may not be exact. I'm just gonna give you a rough estimate, because I didn't write it down. Market closed about 37.57, 39.57. I'm sorry, yesterday. And today, I was able to get. I did a paper trade. I was able to get the. I needed to stay below 40.40, which was about 80 something points away. And with a VIX of 22.18, which is where it was this morning, you would have thought that was really good. And then on the put side, I needed it to stay above 38.65, which was about 90 points away, okay? A little over 90. In a normal day, those would have been good numbers. But with a VIX at 22, you had to know, because the spread, the body of this iron condor was 175 points. With a VIX of 22, you have to know that's too much implied volatility. Now, the VIX is the historical volatility. It tell you what happened in the past. Now, it's a short pass, okay, like could be like the day before, okay? But, and right up to that point, because it's like instant, because I'm using a 2-minute chart and all that, so it's pretty close in the history, but it is in the rearview mirror. Implied volatility is looking forward. It's what they anticipate that may happen. And I have no way of looking at the implied volatility, but I knew with 175 body on an iron condor, that's too much for a VIX of 22, okay? So even if I wouldn't have traded with the Fed talking, if I would have saw that, I would have been too suspicious. And here the thing is, so you see it and you say, okay, the Fed's gonna talk at 12:30 today, because they tell you exact time. It was at what his son love to come in when I'm on the camera. It was at let me see if I can get this right. Okay, right about there. It was at 1:30 Eastern time, 12:30 Central time. So you thinking, okay, I've been putting on these iron condors with the VIX below 25 and getting out with about a $65 profit. So I do the same thing this time. Here's the deal. When the Fed is talking, and this is why I don't like to trade on Fed days, it changes the game for everything, okay? And let me just give you a point. Oh, wow, excuse me. Man, this sun is getting on my nerves. Okay, there we go. It changes the game for everything. For instance, normally I will put on my iron condor with the VIX, even at like 22 and a little over last week and early part of this week. And I'm out of that trade about 9:30. On the late side, 10 o'clock, okay? At 10 o'clock today, well, let me first tell you, I got those two numbers, 40.40 and 38.65. $175 total spread, okay? I got 65 cents on each side, which means I just needed it to go down to 65 cents and I'll be out of there. and I needed it to happen before 12:30. Seemed like it would have been easy because the market was pretty much flat until 12:30. Okay, I think it went down one time about maybe 15 points, and then it came back up to only about 2 or 3 points or something like that, 4 points, which should have been plenty. A 4 point move after being in this trade for 2.5, 3 hours. I should have been out of this trade. Anybody would have been out of this trade, okay? But not today, because they wouldn't let. They was holding a value inside of the options because they knew at 12:30 the Fed was going to speak, and when he talked, they knew that the market was going to move. So if you look at this without seeing the options, you would say, oh. Without seeing the option chain, you would say, oh, it went sideways up until he talked, so I had plenty of time to get out. No, 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 no. These are all the reasons why you don't trade on Fed days. Normal stuff doesn't happen. The premium, option premium, time decay doesn't happen like it normally does on a regular day when it's a big news item coming out. Okay, so you say, okay, I'm 80, 90 points away on each side. That's enough room, even with the Fed coming out. That should be okay, no matter what. And probably the last 3 or 4 Fed days, you would have been fine. But here's what I know. Sooner or later, the Fed is going to get you, okay? So I stay away from any type of Fed day. And today, he would have got you. The market closed up 122 points. I had the 44.40. This thing closed at let me look at this thing and see what this thing closed at. This thing closed at 40.80, and I'm just gonna show it to you here, okay? Okay, here we go. As you can see, it was flat there in the beginning, all the way up until 12:30, and then that sucker went on a rocket. It shot up, okay? It shot up over 100 points because when he started talking, it was below what the previous close was, and then it shot up. But here's what I want to really show you. Let me show you this right quick. Okay, you got to see this. Okay, you see them spreads right there? It's going for, that's not even the one I would have had. Let me put it on the one that I paper traded. Okay, there we go. I got in for $1.65. 65 cents on each side. And right now it's at 44.48, which means the puts would have expired worthless. No big deal on those. But that call is worth $44.80. Now, technically it wouldn't be $44 because it's only $40 over the price. So it would be $40. But you would lose. You would lose your whole thing. Because that's over. Let me see, wait a minute. Is that 50 points? No. You would lose $40 times 100 if you play one. If you play more than one, you would lose $40 times however many you play. That's what I mean. You have to be disciplined, guys. You have to be disciplined. And this is why people don't like iron condors. This is the reason why people don't like iron condors, because they say, yeah, you'll win a lot. You'll win a whole lot. But then you have one big loss that'll take away all your winnings. Well, that's why you have to be up on all these different little things. You have to know what day the Fed is going to speak. You can't let that surprise you. You have to be up on the news. You have to be up on the jobs report. You have to be up on when the president is talking. You have to be up on all these things. And these are the things that I know. I know the calendars of all these different events, okay? This is stuff that would help you be lucky. And I talk about how to be lucky. Well, knowing how to do your job, knowing your homework, knowing the ins and out of your craft, okay? And for me, trading is my craft. That's what I do. So it's my job to know when these things happen. So sometime on the weekend or at night, I'm read early in the morning before the market open. I'm reading all these different things that's happening. I'm reading them. Uh, what day they're gonna come out down the road. I'm checking out all this stuff. Okay, and when you get with slow life trading, I hip you to the game, so you don't have to do like I did and learn all these different little knickknacks the hard way. Okay, because an iron condor, basically, guys, the thing just wins. I call it a rich man credit spread because I go wider than the typical iron condor, and as far as I know of, it's something that I made up. So I call it my own little rich man credit spread because you have to put up so much money to make such a small amount. Uh, and small amount is relative. It depends on you what you call small. And if it is small, just trade more of them, make it big enough. But anyway, so the market, the SPX closed 122 points up today because Chairman Powell came out and pretty much said that he see that we're gonna have he see a way that we can have a soft landing, and he's also trying to, instead of raising by 75 basis points, he's starting to say that maybe we can raise by 50. He's starting to wind it down basically. So, but learning this stuff, knowing how to read the tea leaves, that's what I do, people, and that's what I teach you. So, hey, come on board. Let me help you. Sometimes it seems like we're not talking about nothing. You're like, Robert, you're just talking about the same old stuff over and over and over. And then an event like this come along, and this is where I save you. Okay? But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, guys. Until the next time, peace out and keep it slow.